Writing a rule to describe a rotation. Triangle XYZ is rotated 270 degrees counterclockwise about the origin. The result is triangle X prime, Y prime, Z prime as shown below. Okay, so here we have XYZ, the original triangle, and they told us that it was rotated counterclockwise 270 degrees. So it started here and went 3 quadrants around the circle this way. Okay, and landed here. This was the result, or my image. Okay, they want us to answer the questions about it. So if I slide down here, letter A says the arrows below show that the coordinates on the left are mapped to the coordinates on the right. Fill in the blank to give the coordinates after rotation. So the original coordinates, arrow, final coordinates. So they give us these original points. Right here we see 3, -7. That's X. Y is 4, 1, which is right there. And Z is 7, -2, which is right there. Okay, so they give us these original points. All they're asking you to do is say, if this was X, what was X prime? So here's X prime. So this point would be -7, -3. So I'd write it like this. Okay? Same thing for Y. Here's the 4, 1, but when I rotate it all the way around, my Y prime point is 1, -4. And my Z got rotated all the way down here to Z prime, and I got -2, -7. Okay, so that's all they're actually asking for. This one is just for you to list the new points. Okay, but here's the part that they want you to really think about. It says, choose the general rule below that describes the rotation mapping from the original triangle to the prime triangle. Now, mine printed on 2 pages, unfortunately, here, so let me show you what this looks like. Okay, so we get the choice of any of these options. But all of this is a little overwhelming at first. So what I'm going to do is look back to what I just did and see what's going on. I went from 3, -7 to -7, -3. So if my original point was XY, if you notice, my 3 went from my X position to my Y position. So my X number, which was first over here, is second over here. Okay, and -7, which was my second number here, or my Y, became my first number. So my position switched. Okay, but is that all that happened? No. The -7 stayed the same, even though it changed spots. And although this 3 changed spots, it also became a -3. Okay, so I'm guessing this is going to be my rule. My numbers switched places, and this one became negative. So I'm just going to check as I go along here to make sure that's actually true. If I look at my next one, I started with 4, 1, and I went to 1, -4. So the 1 and the 4 switched positions, and that 4 became negative. So they switched X and Y, and the second one became negative. And last but not least, 7, -2 became -2, -7. So they switched places, so it became YX instead of XY, and the 7 became negative. So I want the rule that says we started with XY and switched them and made the X negative. So let's look for that one. All of them start with XY here. So I want one that starts with a positive Y. So it could be this one, couldn't be this one, couldn't be this one. I want a positive Y to start with. Could be this one, couldn't be this one, couldn't be this one. Okay? So both of these start with a Y, but this one just says they switched places. But we know that's not enough. They didn't just switch places, but one of them also became negative. So this right here would have to be my correct answer.